emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
I'm absolutely eager to watch him play in this game because here we are, Week 15. Not a lot of games left down the stretch. But will he get outside of himself trying to make huge plays in order to try and win an MVP? Because he's not in the #1 spot right now.
No, he's not. I think everyone consensus thinks that way. You hope he doesn't get outside of himself right now, though, because that could really get their offense out of sync. And it's been in sync most of this year. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On first down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Forced out to his left. He finds some open field here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And he will find the rookie from Memphis, Anthony Miller, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. people on the run, had to get on his horse, still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll run forward Montgomery, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, and the Packers have taken the early lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out.
Let's go, we're on the ball after this.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he's going to go out of bounds bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He had
Packer pressure, and down he goes. The six-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Sua Cravens with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And Parkey's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed and, more importantly, perhaps that first-round bye.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results. If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, check 26. Jump out. Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26. Zoom.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Zoom. Jump out.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 16 yards to the 16 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Riddick. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Rodgers with a keeper, and he will push forward and pick up the 1st down. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this time, Rodgers will throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I.
Over here.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage?
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Theo Riddick with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now the Packers going to take another timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
319.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Riddick. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, 626, jump out!
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by zipping up to upstate New York. Detroit paying a rare visit to New Era Field to take on Buffalo. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they trail that one to the visiting Oakland Raiders. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
On play action, Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the ground, it's Riddick. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
319.
They go back to Riddick. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on first down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation, because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Rodgers again now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And Crosby puts it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
This is Howard on second down, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set up! 180!
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway.
Back now at Soldier Field, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Caught out left side by Robinson. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. There he goes inside the 30. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll run with Montgomery, and he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Second and goal from the 1. They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Theo Riddick with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Oh, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Riddick with a carry. And he stopped immediately there. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Rodgers throwing here. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Packers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here, the tailback. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Packers, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.